What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Free agency day one is over. I guess the legal tampering period, I should say, and the Jacksonville Jaguars were a huge part of spending. So today we're gonna be doing a new look Jacksonville Jaguars rebuild, since they spent so much money and brought in 6 new players via free agency. Before we get into this video, guys, if you could leave a like and of course subscribe if you are new, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for that. And I have a podcast with 3 of my friends. We're going to be uploading a video tonight. Links in the description. We'll be recapping free agency and everything else and all the trades that have been happening. Well, let's go ahead and talk about what the Jacksonville Jaguars have brought into their roster. So if we take a look at what the kind of new team looks like after all this. So of course they've got Brandon Sheriff from the Washington Commanders. They brought in Evan Ingram at the tight end position. They paid Christian Kirk a lot of money. And then that was pretty much it on the offense, I believe. Really nice addition of Brandon Sheriff. Of course, a franchise tag Cam Robinson. Oh, they also brought in Zay Jones. Forgot to mention him. So they have quite a bit of depth at wide receiver now. And then defensively, they brought in Fuisai Aluakon and then Fatu Kasi as well. So yeah, definitely a heavy spending day for the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of money being shelled around. And you know what? Shout out to the Jaguars. They want to go spend some money. More power to you. The only thing I question is, Christian Kirk, I think, got paid a little bit more than he was worth. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? And then obviously Zay Jones got paid a lot of money too. So, just it's kind of interesting. Jaguars went out and shelled out some money. If you're a Jaguars fan or just have an opinion on what the Jaguars did in free agency, definitely let me know what your thoughts are for sure. We do have a little bit of money left over. The only thing that sucks about Madden is there's really no way to start free agency with all the players that have already been signed and like have the draft order correctly. Unfortunately, if there is a way, I don't know how to do it. But if you do know how, I don't know how to do it. So if you want to let me know, definitely let me know. But I don't think there's a way. Devondre Campbell went back to Green Bay. Zach Ertz is in Arizona. But honestly, free agency, the only thing I might consider is yeah, I think I'm going to be done. I think I'm just going to go actually straight to the draft, since Jaguars kind of already spent money on 6 different players. So we're just going to go to the draft. And obviously, as we know, the Jacksonville Jaguars have the 2nd overall pick, I believe. Or no, they have the 1st overall pick. What am I talking about? So Aiden Hutchinson sounds like the guy they will be taking. And that's probably going to be the guy I take. But this will be interesting to see how we can do. We're already what are we, only 3 minutes in this video and this game's already crashing. Can't say I'm too surprised though. So heading into the draft with their number 1 overall pick, like I said, this is an easy selection. It sounds like it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson, and that's who I'm going to take here, number 1 overall for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bring him in, and just like that. And the beautiful thing about the Jaguars, obviously they aren't looking for a quarterback right now, so they can just go Aiden Hutchinson and be fine. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a 2nd year. Brought in Doug Peterson, which I loved that addition, and they're trying to build talent around him. I like the Evan Ingram signing. I like what they did for the most part. Definitely some, could have been a little bit better, but for the most part, they did pretty solid. We got David out here as well for outside linebacker. I know I need a safety more than anything. I definitely need 2 safeties, so a tackle wouldn't hurt either. There's a lot of ways we could go here, but I do want to look at Jaquan here, Brisker, if that's how you say his name. C zone coverage. He's a strong safety. Got A finesse moves, B catching, T block shedding. I'm going to take the strong safety here. It's only normal development, which might have been an L on my part, but we definitely needed a strong safety. So I'm going to be fine with that. I know I could have taken a linebacker. I could have done a number of things there, to be honest with you, but it's all right. So let's go ahead and pick with our 3rd round pick. So no extra picks in this draft for the Jaguars, which I'm a little surprised by. We have Kyron Williams, David Bell, Bubba Bolden, Haskell Garrett, Zach Harrison, Tyreek Smith, Am Anderson, Jeremy Ruckert, Nolan Smith. So I don't really know who I want to walk away with. To be honest with you, it really doesn't matter too much. We have a left tackle. We have a wide receiver. I don't think we need to draft a wide receiver. We got Owen here, which could be interesting. David Bell, Haskell Garrett, Zach Harrison, Tyreek Smith, Ty. Okay. So I think I might low-key throw Adam Anderson on the board here. A pursuit. I don't really know what his coverage is like, to be honest with you, which we're going to need him. Well, I guess I believe in this scheme, we don't really need him to cover. So Adam Anderson, welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I knew you were a hidden development, so we're going to bring him in. And I'll probably pick up my round 4 selection since it's early round 4. So we dressed safety, and we also addressed we dressed left end, and then we also got ourselves a linebacker. So tight end, I don't think we really necessarily need. Jalen Green. Definitely could use another corner, but I don't really know if we're going to be able to get a corner. And then we have tackles on the board. So I'm going to look at cornerback here. I got Mullen here, round 3 to 4 projection out of Indiana. C-man, C-press, not that great, but it's all right. We'll bring him in. And that'll be my draft. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more work to do than just this, but for the most part, off to a solid start. So going into the season, at season number 1, we have a solid offensive line. Tackles could be better, but at the end of the day, it's solid. We got Barch here, who is a 24-year-old, 68 overall, star development, which is nice. Then offense looks pretty good. You got Travis here as well, who got injured last year, so he can finally showcase his skills. James Robinson, as we know, is really good. Laviska Shenault, Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones. I mean, Kirk, you got paid a lot of money, so you better go out there and have some 1,000-yard season or something. So we have Adam Anderson here, who I might throw over the other guy. And then we did draft a safety, but he ended up being not that great. So we didn't really address our safety position. So Smoot, Aiden Hutchinson. So we're going to go ahead and see how this season goes. I really don't know what to expect. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence's development will be kind of a huge reason why we'll succeed or not succeed. So we'll simulate to the playoffs this season and kind of see how this new look Jacksonville Jaguars team does. We didn't really do any justice with our second round pick, but it's all right. It is what it is. So at the end of the season, to my surprise, we actually made the playoffs 10-7 on the season, which is exactly what Jacksonville Jaguars probably want to do this season. Trevor Lawrence, I assume, developed really nicely for this team. So I guess I can't be too surprised. Let's go look at the player stats and kind of see how things went. 10-7 in our division, which is really nice. And we get to play the Baltimore Ravens. So let's go see what the stats looked like. So offense was 13th in the NFL. And then defense, let's see, was 9th in the NFL. So really solid. So looks like the Jaguars signings worked out here on Madden at the very least. 31 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, which is exactly what you want. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence's rookie season wasn't the best, but we have to remember he had Urban Meyer as a head coach. There were some other things going on, and sometimes rookies struggle, so we can't really blame him too much for that. James Robinson, 1,200 yards, 22 rushing touchdowns, which is nice. And Travis also had 400 yards and 7 touchdowns. Then receiving wise, Evan Ingram, 900 yards. Christian Kirk, still not a 1,000-yard receiver in his career, but it's all right. A lot of 900-yard receivers, though, so I guess we can take that. Evan Ingram was our leading wide receiver, or leading receiver, I guess. He's a tight end, 3 touchdowns, and 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. And Kirk did have 9 touchdowns. All right, let's not take that away from him. And then defensively, sacks-wise, we have 12.5 from Aiden Hutchinson, who came out of the draft. That was our number 1 overall pick. Josh Allen, 7 sacks. Smoot was 6. And then Miles Jack with 4.5. Fuasada Luakon with 3, and then Adam Anderson 1.5, and Fatukasi 1, and Davon Hamilton with 1 as well. Interceptions wise, 6 from Mayshawn Jenkins. So this was my strong safety, and he was actually not too bad. But he is 28 years old. I'm not really sure I want to keep him as a strong safety. I don't really know how much cap space we're going to have going into this offseason. Definitely going to be important. To be honest with you, since this is our first playoff game, I'm not really sure I'm going to jump into it, just because I think we have a lot more work to do, and I'm surprised we've made the playoffs immediately. So I'm just going to wait the next week and see if we win. And we lost 45-14. I mean, I kind of figured we weren't going to win. That's kind of why I didn't jump in. So we're going to upgrade everybody here. I'm also going to load a draft class, and we'll get to the re-signing stage. So it looks like we're about to have like $90 million in available salary cap, which is really nice. And obviously in the simulation, Seattle makes it to the Super Bowl because they still have Russell Wilson on the roster. Unfortunately, like I said, man, I really wish I could get like an updated roster with the draft class like completely correct, because I think the draft is really important. So I hate it how it's out of order. And I don't know, man, it's just weird, because especially if I loaded in a custom roster, I'd be starting at like the, before the season. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know what you guys would rather see me do, but it's kind of went with this today. Let me know if you guys want to see me do something different with all the, I get we want all the players on the right rosters, but at the same time, I think that draft order is so important. But at the end of the day, we can go ahead and look and negotiate contracts here and see what we can bring back. So you have Brandon Sheriff, who I have no idea why he's actually a free agent right now. I thought I fixed his contract, but I guess we can go ahead. So there's a couple guys here. So first and foremost, we have to make sure we get Brandon Sheriff back, because he signed for so I think he's under contract for like 2 more years. So don't really want this to turn into a franchise tag situation. So if we could just get you back, please, that'd be greatly appreciated. So let's go ahead, and he is back just like that. Jaguars are releasing Miles Jack. Wow, that is weird. Well, do I release him? Just got the update that they're releasing Miles Jack. So I guess maybe I should be cutting him right now. So Josh Allen, we're gonna have to bring back. Do I franchise tag Josh Allen? Yeah, I think I do. I'm not gonna lose him. James Robinson, I want back as well. So let's make sure we get James Robinson. And like I said, we are about to cut Miles Jack, since he actually got cut from Jacksonville. So that's actually a really good middle linebacker hitting the market, I believe. So there's going to be some teams that are interested, I imagine. We're going to bring back our center, because I don't really want to have to address the center position. And then Evan Ingram was really solid. Probably won't bring back Marvin Jones. We got Smoot, Cam Robinson, Juwanto. Both our tackles are hitting free agency. So we'll probably have to try to address one of them. So Evan Ingram, since he did have a pretty solid season for us, I do want to bring him back. So if Evan Ingram, he's back. W. Okay. Marvin Jones, I won't bring back. Smoot at 28 years old, I will maybe come back to him. Cam Robinson, I mean, the Jaguars have franchise tagged him twice. I imagine they would eventually want to come to agreement with him. So I'll try to bring him back, 75 overall. I wouldn't mind upgrading the other tackle position. So let's see if he comes back. He's back. So not a ton of cap space, but I don't know if Miles Jack's going to free us up a ton of money. So let's see what that actually looks like. So team salaries for Miles Jack. Jaguars are releasing Miles Jack after Monday's spinning spree. So I'm glad I have the updates in front of me, or I wouldn't even have known about this. So savings, we got Miles Jack. Yeah, we free up about $11.5 million by doing this, but man, oh man, we were releasing a good young middle linebacker on the market. So just like that, Miles Jack is a superstar. Do I really do this? I guess I have to. The Jaguars did it. So we are cutting Miles Jack, which is very, very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're going to go straight to free agency now and start to spend some money now that Miles Jack is gone. So with Miles Jack gone, middle linebacker is a huge gaping hole. We do have a start of him at left outside linebacker, got to keep in mind. But Luakon, I guess, is going to be the replacement for Miles Jack. I decided to move Tukasi to the left end. That way we don't have to address the defensive line whatsoever. Hamilton will step in that nose tackle. And then, you know, we probably could use one more corner because we have a 75 overall corner, which is nice at 23 years old. But I think another corner wouldn't hurt. And we also have a strong safety who's a 72 overall, which he was actually pretty good. We'd free up about $6 million by cutting him. I might come back to that if I need to, but for now, I'll leave him. So as far as offense is concerned, the only thing I'm really worried about on the offensive side of the football is the right tackle. We have Zay Jones, we have Jamal Agnew, so I don't think I really need to worry about wide receiver. And we have Evan Ingram at tight end. So right tackle for free agency is going to be very important. So we might just go ahead and bring back who we just had, but we'll see, kind of see, you know, what's out here. So middle linebacker, Nick Bosa into free agency, which is kind of crazy, but I'm not going to go for him. Kareem Hunt, Von Miller, Miles Jack. Like I said, that's a really good middle linebacker hitting the open market. Marquise Brown, J.J. Watt, Tom Brady, James Bradbury. So, I mean, another corner would not hurt us. We definitely could use one. So I might, you know, gauge some interest. We have Jimmy Ward at strong safety. I mean, could make some sense because we are in need of safety help, but Jalen Thompson right now, our current free safety, is a 68 overall. So I think it is very important we show some interest in a guy like Jalen Thompson at 25 years old. So we'll definitely try to bring him in if possible. So we'll overpay for him if you have to. 121 total points, blow everyone's offer out of the water. That's how you get it done. And then strong safety, Jimmy Ward. We got Jordan Poyer as well, which could be a nice addition of Monty Hooker, Eric Rowe, Anthony Harris, Ricardo Allen. So I'm looking at Jordan Poyer here, and we just drafted a strong safety, but I mean, to get a more like ready strong safety, I think it would be important to bring in a guy like Jordan Poyer. So Jordan Poyer, and then cornerback. This is addressing the secondary right now. Sean Murphy Bunting, right? So we actually have some good corners, young corners on the roster or open market. So definitely want to gauge in some of these guys. So we got Greedy Williams and Sean Murphy Bunting that I want. Sean Murphy Bunting seems to be a good scheme fit. So let's try to get Sean Murphy Bunting here. And we're probably going to have to make some cuts if we get all these guys. $7 million in cap space still. 108 total points. Sean Murphy Bunting, number one offer. And then last but not least, we did need a right tackle. So we have Rob Havenstein on the board, Brian Bulaga, Juwan James, Juwan Taylor, who we just had. But I'm looking at Havenstein here, putting him at the right tackle, be a immediate upgrade, help protect Trevor Lawrence. So I think before we do that, I'm going to have to make some cuts. So we're going to try to sign Havenstein to be our right tackle. And then, like I said, we'll be making some cuts to free up the money to do so. So after all the roster moves we had just made, we cut our strong safety that we had before. We brought in Thompson, brought in Murphy Bunting, brought in Havenstein, and brought Jordan Poyer. So got a veteran, got some young guys, another veteran in the offensive line, and we got a couple young guys in the secondary. So really nice. I think we have a nice mix of veterans and young players, and I think that'll be it for free agency. Obviously, we go into the draft with maybe another pick that we could potentially grab. Maybe wide receiver would make some sense, just because as much as I do like Christian Kirk and Laviska Shenault, you know, I don't really know if I see either of them as a number one wide receiver. You know, maybe one of them could develop into that. I don't want to totally rule them out. And defensively, we still need a middle linebacker number 2, which is something I didn't even think about because, yeah, we cut Miles Jack. So we'll see if free agency is something we could do for that option. If not, like I said, we do have the draft. So let's see if we're able to maybe get a middle linebacker here. I don't really know if there's going to... Bobby Wagner is available, but I don't know. Do we want Bobby Wagner? 33 years old, has no other offers. Levante David is here as well. or do we want to go younger at the position? I mean, Bobby Wagner obviously is still really solid. I'd bring him in for 1 year. That's it though. Looks like we're not be able to really afford him actually. So I guess I'll lowball him a little bit. If he doesn't sign, it doesn't really hurt me that much. 45 total points, has no other offers. So if he accepts it, he accepts it. If not, then we are, you know, it's whatever. We'll go to the draft and have that need. So let's see if he does accept the deal. Nothing yet. We actually have a 5th year option we need to pick up. So let's see who it is. I believe it's probably for Chasen. Oh, that's a young linebacker. I'll pick it up. Why not? So we'll bring him in. He didn't really do much, I think, because he's kind of competing with Adam Anderson right now, but at the end of the day, it's whatever. So Bobby Wagner, one last chance. If he doesn't sign, like I said, we'll go to the draft and be fine. So Bobby Wagner is going to accept or decline. No, Madden's going to crash, so we won't know until after. So Bobby Wagner actually declined our contract, which we can't be too surprised about. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into this draft with pick number 21. Jets have the #1 overall pick. So at pick number 21, let's just see what we can get. So middle linebacker, wide receiver is kind of what I want to target here. So we have a left outside. We have Clowney. Is he related to Davion Clowney? I have no idea. But B pursuit, B tackle. If I needed an outside linebacker, B man coverage. Oh, that looks really good. But Jalen Thompson or Catalan, Peter Miles Hinton, Marcus Dumerville, wide receiver. I know Marvin Mims is star development. You have Amar Spates here as well, which is something I kind of need. Another middle linebacker definitely would be nice. So out of Oregon State, I'm looking at Marvin Mims and I'm looking at Amar Spates here. Oregon State middle linebacker. Question marks across the board. A player recognition, A finesse moves, A power moves, C impact block. He looks like a stud. I'm going to take him here. Hidden development middle linebacker. We definitely needed him. So we'll go wide receiver, I think, in round 2. So that'll definitely be our round 2 selection. I think that'll be it for me. And then I'll probably make a selection in round 3. Don't get me wrong. So round 2, pick number 21. We got Chris. We got Jordan Birch. So a lot of things we could go here. Miles Murphy. Grant power rusher, 70% completion. What is it? A tackle, B block, C finesse moves. You know, it never hurts to add to the defensive line. So what the hell just happened? So apparently my internet just randomly went out in the middle of that. It completely turned off my Xbox. As you can tell, turned off my lights. It was just, I was so confused, but whatever. I guess my internet went out. It's back up. That's what matters. But we got ourselves a middle linebacker. We got Miles Murphy in round 2. Like, I couldn't really remember who I drafted, honestly. So that looks pretty good. We're happy about that. And we can go to this next season now, kind of look at our lineup. So yeah, I was very bizarre. If you've watched the videos, man, some weird stuff happens to me when I'm recording. The other day, freaking poster almost fell on me. It was just while I was recording, and I kept it in the video, and I'm probably gonna keep this in the video as well, because you guys will see that sometimes the randomest weird stuff happens to me while I'm recording. But regardless, that's neither here or there. So we got the offensive line, looks really good now. Ken Robinson, Barch, Lender, Sheriff. Haven't seen Evan Ingram. We also drafted a tight end who was 71 overall, which is nice. Laviska Shenault. We didn't really draft a wide receiver like I wanted to, unfortunately. But it's all right. We got James Robinson, Travis, and then Trevor Lawrence, of course. And then defensively, we got ourselves a 76 overall, and we got Miles Murphy here as well on the depth chart, which is nice. And Josh Allen, Alua Khan, and then it looks like they grabbed a 73 overall left outside linebacker. So, you know, they're gonna have to fight over who's gonna start there. It really doesn't matter to me too much, but they want to put Chasten over Adam Anderson. I don't know. I like the star development just because I think that'll work out better for us. But let's go ahead and celebrate this season, and let's see how this is going to go. I'm excited to kind of see if this team can make the playoffs again. And I think this year, if we do, it'd be a lot more serious than we were last year. So this season was the total opposite of last year. It wasn't sunshine and rainbows whatsoever. We went 4-13. I made it as Madden simulation, so I can't be too surprised. One week you're one of the best, and the next week you're just horrible. So, or next year, you get what I'm saying. But 4-13 on the season for us. Not a good look at all. I wonder what went wrong here. So we'll have to take a look. Offense 22nd in the NFL. And defense was, let's see, we had 23rd. So maybe the Miles Jack loss was just really that big. Trevor Lawrence didn't play that great. Receiving wise, things looked all right there. And then defensively, sacks wise, 5 from Josh Allen. Not a ton of sacks. Wasn't Saxonville this year whatsoever. But looks like there's more work to be done. So definitely going to be going into this next season with a lot of things we need to accomplish. We're up to an 84 overall, so we're doing decently, but obviously we still need more work to do in order to be a team that makes the playoffs year after year. So let's go to the re-signing stage. That's going to be important. So let's see. I think free agency is going to be big this offseason. We're going to need to, I think I want to sign a #1 wide receiver. I like Christian Kirk. I like Laviska Shenault, but I think we need to get Trevor Lawrence a legit weapon. So that's what my plan is going to be if I have the money to do it anyway. Josh Allen, we had the franchise tag last year. Shaquille Griffin's our only good corner. Chenault, and then we have Ben Barch, who went down, Jamal Agnew. So, all right, I think there's not a ton of guys I have to resign. Obviously, we want Josh Allen back. Would love to keep him around. I don't want to franchise tag him again, so let's try to just make sure he'll accept his contract, and he still feels the same way. I'm franchise tagging him again, I guess. $19 million is down the drain, but I just don't want to lose him. Just don't want to lose Josh Allen. So I'm gonna bring back Shaquille Griffin, one of our only good. Never mind, fully side of Luacone. I'm gonna try to bring back as well, just because he was just signed for the Jaguars, and finally we get somebody to accept. And then we got Laviska Shenault. So I don't think we'll necessarily need Devon Hamilton anymore with the Miles Murphy draft pick, and then obviously we can move Fatukasi back to nose tackle. I do want to keep my left guard though, so that's going to give us about $17-18 million in cap space to work with going into free agency. Is there anyone I really want to bring back? So obviously Shaquille Griffin is. We need another corner now. The wide receiver and corner is going to be the kind of the big thing this offseason. So fortunately, franchise tagging Josh Allen definitely hurt our money back-to-back years, unfortunately for us, but it is what it is. So if we take a real quick look at the updated lineup, $18 million in cap space for us. Wide receiver is definitely a need I really want to address. Offensive line, I'm going to leave the way it is. Running back is great, so I definitely want to get a brand new wide receiver in here. And defensively, we got Adam Anderson. So I like our middle linebacker position right now. Jordan Poyer's gone down, which is to be expected. Murphy Bunting has gone down in development as well. And then we got Fatukasi, who's went down quite a bit as well. So we're definitely going to be relying on some veterans, but it is what it is. So I think a corner, and I also think a wide receiver is what I kind of want to address. So let's go ahead and do that. So $18 million in cap space. Gonna have to split that up into a corner and a wide receiver. So let's see if we can accomplish that. So we got Tyron Smith, Stephon Gilmore, which is not really what I think I'll be able to afford, obviously. I do want, Shaquille Griffin's kind of who I want. We also have Tyler Boyd out here. And then we have Deontay Harris, Curtis Samuel. So I don't know if any of these guys scream #1 wide receiver to me, but Tyler Boyd is definitely somebody who I feel like has the potential of maybe doing that. He is 29 years old, though, so I don't really know how much that'll help us. But Tyler Boyd will offer on, and he is going to be coming back, hopefully. So we'll sign Tyler Boyd. And then I think, last but not least, we'll try to throw an offer Shaquille Griffin. I guarantee we're going to have to cut somebody in order to, make this work, though, which is something we will be looking into. You have Bryce Hall here, who's down here, 26 years old. Maybe just go for a younger corner, which could make some sense. He might be a little bit cheaper as well. So we're going to try to bring in Bryce Hall. We're not going to be able to afford that, actually. We're going to have to restructure it a little bit. All right. So we're going to have to cut somebody. But I'm going to offer on Bryce Hall, bring in another corner. So unfortunately, I am going to cut Kaylavon here. Unfortunately, I'm going to free up that $13 million. That way we can kind of spend it elsewhere. So instead of going for Bryce Hall, we might be able to just go for Shaquille Griffin again if we really want to. Might not do that though. So Tyler Boyd is, like I said, the #1 wide receiver I do want here. So I'm going to try to keep Tyler Boyd as our option here in wide receiver or in free agency. And Shaquille Griffin, do we just bring him back or do we go to Bryce Hall? I don't know, man. I'm torn. So I'll offer on Shaquille Griffin first since he is the higher overall. #1 offer on him. So if we get Tyler Boyd and Shaquille Griffin, I feel really good about that. So let's go ahead and see if we get both of them. It would be really cool if we could walk away with them. So Tyler Boyd, Shaquille Griffin, do they accept is the question. And they both accept. So we bring in Tyler Boyd as a #1 wide receiver, I think, over Christian Kirk and Laviska Shenault. Offense is up to an 87 overall. Defense is up to an 85. So definitely a solid team. We're going to have to move some things around on the defense, I believe. But offensive line is solid. Weapons are solid. And then defensively, if you take a real quick look at this, of course, it's pretty solid as well. So defensive line could use some work, but we'll probably move Fatukasi back to nose tackle. And I think we'll be ready for this next season. So the lineup you see right now is going to be the lineup going into this next season. So we'll see how things go, man. I'm excited. I think we definitely have the potential of making the playoffs again. It is kind of a weak division in the AFC South, so I think we have a chance. We'll kind of see how things go. 4-13, not great, but this year we could definitely get back to where we were. So let's see how things go. So at the end of the season, we finish up 13-4, look like an actual legit contender in the AFC, which is nice. We get to play a division rival as well. Our AFC South division was actually pretty good. I was just talking crap on them and ended up being pretty good. So I guess I've kind of forgot about the Tennessee Titans, obviously, and then the Indianapolis Colts will be solid too. So I probably shouldn't talk too much about the AFC South. I mean, I am an NFC East fan for crying out loud, so let me stop with what I'm saying. But look at the stats. Offense was 23rd in the NFL, and then defense, let's see what we had here. We had 9th in the NFL. W. So 41 touchdowns, 10 interceptions from Trevor Lawrence. Maybe an MVP candidate this year. Looking good. James Robinson, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Travis, 12 touchdowns as well. Receiving wise, nobody a 1,000-yard wide receiver, but Tyler Boyd, almost there. 13 touchdowns. And Christian Kirk, I don't believe has been a 1,000-yard receiver once in this video. So, you know, I don't know. Take that for what you will about his contract that he signed in real life. Josh Allen, 13 sacks. So, obviously, we've had to franchise tag him twice. Worked out this year. 9.5 from Aiden Hutchinson. Then 6 from Miles Murphy. And then 4 from Amar Spates. 3 from Fatukowski. And then touchdowns. We have any defensive touchdowns? We had a blocked kick, but no touchdowns, no safeties. So obviously we go in as a legitimate contender this year, playing the Tennessee Titans in round 1. We went 13-4, so I really hope we don't get upset here and we can take care of business and beat our division rival. Would be really nice and satisfying to do that. It is Trevor Lawrence's second playoff appearance, obviously against the Baltimore Ravens. It didn't work out too well, but this year he has a chance to redeem himself. So let's go ahead and see if we can make that happen. Trevor Lawrence, I'm going to need you, come out here and score. And looks like the Tennessee Titans actually came out and scored immediately. Now, I will tell you, I did not mean to click into the game yet. I might play later on, but not now. Skip moment, and we do not respond for some reason. We're down 14-0, and now we are going to put up a field goal. But defense isn't playing too hot. 24-3. Trevor Lawrence doesn't do much there either. Skip moment, and it's 24-3 again. And yeah, we're probably gonna lose this game. We didn't show up again, man. It's just another playoff performance that's just been really bad. 24-13. We allow a touchdown. I'm gonna say maybe we could come back here, 34-21, but it's probably not gonna be there unless we some miracle. Yeah, 31-20. We lose, unfortunately. Just another bad playoff performance. 13-4 on the season, leads to nothing. Very unfortunate, but Matt Corral comes in and beats us, which is really embarrassing in my opinion, but whatever, it is what it is. Let's go to next season. That's all you can do. So this offseason, we have quite a bit of important free agents. Of course, Josh Allen, I haven't been able to come to an agreement with him once in this video. So hopefully this year I can maybe do that. Entering his prime now. So, okay, he's finally like, hey, you know what? I'm willing to sign. Brandon Sheriff, I'm going to keep around as well. So just to keep my right guard position solid. So then Trevor Lawrence is up for an extension. So Trevor Lawrence is about to get his bag here. Going to cost a lot of money. Cap hit's actually not too bad compared to what I've seen. Some cap hits are like $41 million. So Trevor Lawrence is back. W. I think I might let the 30-year-old nose tackle walk. Travis, I'm going to keep around as well. I feel like Jaguars fans will be pissed if I let him walk. So I'm just going to keep him around. They haven't been able to see what he's capable of because he got injured in year 1. And then right side I'll probably let walk. I think I'm just going to let everybody walk after that. So, all right, free agency day 1 this offseason. I mean, this point, we're really just trying to compete. I mean, we went 13-4 last year, did not lead to anything. It was very disappointing ending to the season. So we got one more season to, recorrect this. So Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson, offensive line is good other than right tackle, obviously. And then defensively, we lost a strong safety and we lost a nose tackle. So three key positions we probably need to, take a look at, which is what we will be doing. So right tackle and then obviously strong safety. And I guess we do have a young strong safety who I drafted, earlier in the video. But if I want to find a for sure thing, and the nose tackle. So 3 positions we need to address with our $24 million cap space. So it's going to be a little tough on us, but we'll try to figure it out. So David Bakhtiari could immediately, and then DeAndre Hopkins. Wow. Zach Martin, Ryan Jensen, Keenan Allen. There is some good talent out here. All right. So first and foremost, I do know we need a nose tackle. So let's make sure we take a look at that. Fletcher Cox, Hargrave. So no one is going to be that solid out here whatsoever. So nobody that good. So maybe we just go ahead and bring Fatukowski back at this point. I don't know. There's really not that great of options. So he'll probably be relatively cheap as well. So we'll try to bring him back just to bring him in back to Jacksonville. 78 overall. I'm not going to break the bank for him. So yeah, we got him coming back hopefully. And then what was the other? Strong safety. That's what we needed. So strong safety. You got Jabril Peppers. You have Jimmy Ward Lewis. So I guess Jabril Peppers is going to be our best option at 29 years old. So try to bring him in. And that might be it for me after that. Right tackle. That is something we need to address too. So right tackle position. Is there a good right tackle? We have Havenstein, Nang, Jawan Taylor. So we could reunite with Jawan Taylor. So which is what I might be doing since we don't have a ton of money left. Jawan Taylor. 92 total points. Not going to be a number one offer though. So we're going to have to free up just a little bit of money, and that's going to be my free agency signings. So we actually got the right tackle, and we got our nose tackle back, but we did not get Jabril Peppers. So we have about $11 million still in cap space. So it's really nice we got our right tackle back and a nose tackle, but again, we did not really address the strong safety position. So at this point, I'm kind of looking at strong safety, and I'm kind of like, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, we should try to actually, Keenan Allen, Russell Gage, but maybe we should just trade for this strong safety. Get a for sure thing on the open market, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get myself a strong safety who is young and is going to be coming over here and immediately improving that position, and we'll be ready to go into next season after that. So I'm going to try to bark up Washington Commanders tree, Cameron Curl for a second-round pick, and they do not accept that immediately, but hey, I can throw my third-rounder in here as well, and they should accept this. Not yet. They're going to ask for quite a bit more, which I get because Cameron Curl is solid. I don't really want to trade a first, so we are trading quite a bit in order to make this happen, but I am getting myself a brand new, young, strong safety, and that'll be it for me after that. So just like that, we have our brand new roster again. I mean, not crazy improvement, just kind of filling up the gaps we kind of needed filled. So Lawrence, we have a superstar development quarterback, I guess, right behind Trevor Lawrence now, which is just kind of stupid, but whatever. Nora Marshall looks kind of messed up, but whatever. Tyler Boyd, Laviska Shenault, Christian Kirk, and then Evan Ingram. I guess I could have traded the quarterback, but Trevor Lawrence is going to be the starter, obviously. And then Sean Murphy Bunch, Shaquille Griffin. So yeah, we're ready to roll. Let's go ahead and go to this next season, and let's see if we can make the playoffs again, but this time actually succeed. So this video is going to come to a disappointing end for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think our best chance at winning anything in this video was the 13-4 season, but unfortunately this year we went 7-10, just wasn't good enough. So, I mean, can't say I'm too surprised. It's Madden simulation for you, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I thought we put together a pretty good roster. We can take a look at it at the end. But Jacksonville, they did make some crazy signings, I would say. Let me know what you guys think about their real-life signings and how you thought of the video. And then, of course, this was our offense. This is how it kind of ended. And defensively, this is how it ended as well. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave it a like if you did. But for now, this is Crushables 2. We'll be back with some more rebuilds tomorrow. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.